What if I told you that at this very moment, another version of you is trying to communicate with you? Imagine, for a moment, that there's a you living in a parallel reality, a you walking a different timeline, observing every choice you make, every path you decide to follow. What if that other version was trying to send you signals, maybe through a strong gut feeling, a recurring dream, or that sudden insight that seems to come out of nowhere? Sounds like science fiction. Quantum physics suggests that the reality we perceive is just one among infinite possibilities. Every thought you have, every decision you make, potentially aligns you with one of these multiple realities. And now, before we go any further, I have an invitation for you. Drop a comment below. Have you ever had an experience that made you wonder if versions of yourself exist in other realities? A strange déjà vu, a dream that felt more real than it should have. That feeling that something or someone was guiding you. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this. Now, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because here we dive deep into topics like consciousness, parallel realities, and the mysteries of the universe. Let's embark on this journey together. What if I told you that right now, multiple versions of you are living out different realities, and that you can connect with them? In the next few minutes, you'll discover how quantum physics explains the possibility of parallel realities, how your consciousness can collapse different possibilities and shape your experience, what signs might indicate that a version of you from another reality is trying to reach out, and most importantly, how to use this knowledge to access versions of yourself that have already overcome the challenges you face today. Understanding the existence of parallel realities is not just an exercise in curiosity. It is a gateway to self-knowledge and expanded consciousness. When you begin to explore this connection, your perception of your own life transforms. Your choices take on new meaning. Your potential expands in ways you never imagined. Connecting with other versions of yourself can be a powerful tool for personal growth. Imagine being able to access the wisdom of a you who has already overcome the challenges you face today, or learning from a version of yourself who lives in complete harmony with the universe, fully expressing their highest potential. Each of these versions has something valuable to offer, a new perspective, a profound lesson, a direction that could change everything. And as you align energetically with these versions, you not only transform your own reality, but also awaken to an infinite field of possibilities. You are about to unlock a more conscious and abundant life. Today, you will discover the signs that your parallel self may be sending and how to start that communication. Together, we will embark on a deep and transformative journey where understanding parallel realities could be the key to unlocking a life that is more conscious and aligned with your true purpose. But is this just a philosophical idea? The answer lies in both spirituality and quantum physics, an experience that changed my perception of parallel realities. A few years ago, something happened to me that made me question everything. It was an ordinary day. I was driving home, following the same route I always took, but for a brief moment I felt an inexplicable sense of unease. Something inside me told me not to take that road. There was no logical reason. It was a safe route, one I traveled every day, but something urged me to turn right and take a detour. Later, I found out that a serious accident had occurred at the exact time I would have been there. What happened in that moment? Was it just intuition, or could it have been a version of me from a different timeline trying to warn me? It may seem impossible to prove, but stories like this happen all over the world. People who feel like something guided them. Dreams that seem like messages, premonitions that save lives. What if, in reality, we are not as alone in our own existence as we think? Spirituality and quantum physics, the meeting point between science and consciousness. On a spiritual level, many traditions believe that the universe is composed of infinite dimensions coexisting at the same time. In each of these dimensions, there are versions of ourselves living different stories, shaped by our intentions, energy, and choices. Every thought and emotion creates a new unfolding in the universe, generating alternative realities where a version of you follows a different path. But it's not just spirituality that suggests this. Quantum physics also points toward this possibility. The concept of quantum superposition indicates that subatomic particles, and by extension reality itself, can exist in multiple states at the same time. This means that at a fundamental level, all possible realities already exist simultaneously. And it is your consciousness that collapses these possibilities into a single experience. If this is true, then you are not limited to the life you know now. You can access versions of yourself that have already found the path you seek. You can learn from the you who has already overcome what now seems impossible. What's next? How can you begin this journey? Today, we will explore together how to access this connection, how to recognize the subtle signs that might indicate a version of yourself from another reality is trying to communicate with you, and, most importantly, how to use this knowledge to transform your life. A version of you is trying to communicate. Are you paying attention? What if another version of you, living in a parallel reality, was trying to communicate with you right now? The idea of parallel realities might seem abstract, but science suggests something fascinating. Each version of us represents a fragment of our infinite potential, living in realities separated only by subtle differences in frequency. And the most surprising part? These versions are not disconnected, quite the opposite. They may be constantly trying to send us signals, impressions, and messages to guide our path. But how can you recognize these signs? How do you know if a version of yourself living in another reality is trying to reach out to you? In the next few minutes, you will discover the most common signs of this connection. And once you start noticing them, everything could change. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn could transform your perception of reality forever. Déjà vu, a glimpse into another timeline? Have you ever had the feeling that in a particular moment, everything seems strangely familiar, almost as if you've lived that experience before? This sensation, known as déjà vu, might be more than just a trick of the mind. What if, in reality, it's a glimpse into an experience that another version of you has already lived? Many believe that déjà vu could be a sign that the barriers between parallel realities are temporarily dissolving. As if, for a brief moment, you are tapping into fragments of another timeline, perhaps in another reality. You've already made that decision. You've already walked that path. You've already met that person before. Déjà vu could be an echo of that experience, a reminder that you are navigating between different possibilities. But this isn't the only sign of a connection with other realities. Synchronicities, coincidence, or messages from another reality. Have you ever noticed coincidences so perfect that they seem impossible to be random? You think about something, and suddenly it happens. The same number, symbol, or word starts appearing repeatedly in different contexts. A specific song plays at the exact moment you were reflecting on something. These events are known as synchronicities, and they could be clear signs that a version of you in another reality is trying to communicate. Imagine this scenario. You're considering a career change. Suddenly you start noticing the same logo, the same word, or a recurring theme appearing in ads, social media, and casual conversations. Does it seem like mere coincidence? Maybe not. This could be a way for a version of you who has already made this change in another reality to point you in a direction. These messages are like small clues from the universe, signaling that other paths exist, waiting for you to access them. Dreams, portals to other realities. What if your dreams were more than just random images? What if, in reality, they were portals to your subconscious, and at times, windows into other realities? Particularly vivid dreams, the ones that feel real and leave a strong emotional imprint, could be fragments of experiences lived by parallel versions of yourself. Have you ever dreamed of a life that isn't yours, yet felt strangely familiar? Met people in your dreams whom you don't know in waking life, yet they seemed deeply connected to you. These dreams might be reflections of memories or experiences from another version of you. But there's one type of dream that stands out even more: lucid dreaming, the key to exploring other realities. Lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming and can even control the dream, is a powerful indication of this connection. During these dreams, it is possible to consciously connect with other realities, explore different versions of yourself, receive information that can influence your waking life. The key to decoding these messages lies in the details, the places, the people, the emotions. Often these elements contain hidden messages, guiding your choices or alerting you to aspects of your life that need attention. If you repeatedly dream about a situation where you are living the life you desire but haven't yet achieved, this could be a sign that this reality already exists in another dimension and is within your reach. Interpreting these dreams requires introspection and practice, such as meditating upon waking to capture the essence of what was experienced. The feeling of displacement. Have you shifted realities without realizing it? Have you ever felt like something in the world around you doesn't quite fit? A familiar place looks slightly different. A memory you're sure of isn't shared by anyone else. A small detail in your daily life just doesn't match what you remember. This phenomenon is known as reality shifting, and it might be a sign that, consciously or not, you have transitioned into a different version of your timeline. This can happen when you make an important decision, experience an emotionally intense moment, change your vibrational state without realizing it. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions shape the reality around you, and understanding this connection can help you access the best version of yourself at any moment. Intuition. A direct communication between your parallel selves. We've all experienced moments of intuition, that inner voice guiding us towards something with no apparent logical reason. But what if intuition wasn't just instinct? What if it were actually a form of communication between your parallel selves? Imagine this. In another timeline, you've already made a choice and followed a different path. That version of you has already gone through the experience. Now, they might be trying to send you a signal to help you make the best decision in this reality. Have you ever felt an overwhelming urge to do something without fully understanding why? That urgency could be a message from a version of you in another reality, where the choice has already been made and the consequence already played out. Beyond intuition, sudden shifts in behavior and habits might also be an indication of this connection. Have you ever started acting differently, adopting new habits, interests, or even changing your routine without a clear explanation? These changes might reflect a deeper connection with a version of yourself that has already embraced those transformations. Perhaps that version of you has found a more aligned path, and now that energy is projecting into your present reality, subtly influencing your choices and guiding your steps. How to align with your parallel versions to create the reality you desire. Once you recognize these signs and understand that a connection exists between your parallel versions, the next step is learning how to align energetically to strengthen that connection. This process is known as vibrational tuning, and it can be cultivated daily to bring you closer to the realities where you are already living your best life. After all, everything in the universe is energy, and this energy vibrates at different frequencies. Every thought, emotion, and action you engage in emits a specific vibration that resonates with certain realities. When we talk about parallel realities, we are referring to different vibrational states coexisting simultaneously. For example, the version of you that experiences abundance, happiness, and inner peace vibrates at a higher frequency. To align with that version, you need to understand that your vibrational state is not fixed. It can be raised or lowered depending on the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. How can you align with that frequency? Here are some powerful practices to tune your energy with the best version of yourself. Meditation and creative visualization. Imagine yourself already living the reality you wish to experience. Emotional awareness. Feel gratitude and joy as if your ideal reality were already real. Self-knowledge. The more you understand yourself, the more aligned you become with your purpose. Conscious intention. Focus on what you want to experience without doubts or internal resistance. Inspired action. Take steps that align with the version of you who has already achieved what you desire. You don't have to wait for the right reality to happen. You can become that version now. And as you shift your vibration, everything around you will start to reflect that transformation. Techniques to raise your frequency and connect with your best self. Have you ever imagined that a version of you is already living the exact reality you desire? The good news is, you can align with that version. And there are specific practices that can speed up this process. Every choice, thought, and emotion you experience influences your vibrational frequency, connecting you to different realities. Here are some of the most powerful techniques to elevate your vibration and align with your best self. Gratitude. Practicing gratitude daily aligns your vibration with a reality where abundance is already a natural part of your life. Forgiveness. Releasing resentment allows you to free yourself from lower vibrational patterns and connect with more harmonious realities. Compassion. Feeling empathy for yourself and others raises your frequency, making it easier to tune into versions of yourself that live in balance. Meditation and visualization. Practicing connection with your parallel versions through meditation can open channels to receive insights, messages, and guidance. Caring for your body and mind, physical exercise, healthy eating, and practices that promote well-being help you maintain a high vibrational state. Each time you engage in these practices, you bring yourself closer to the reality where your best self already exists. But it's important to remember, raising your vibration is a continuous process. Consistency is key to maintaining alignment with your parallel versions and manifesting the reality you desire in your life. How to connect with your best version and transform your reality. Every thought you have, every decision you make, and every emotion you feel aligns your energy with a particular version of yourself. But true transformation doesn't happen simply by wishing for change. It requires intention, awareness, and conscious practice. Meditation, for example, not only calms the mind, but also clears negative frequencies that might be blocking your connection with your higher versions. Similarly, maintaining a balanced and nourishing diet contributes to a more receptive physical and mental state, creating an energetic field aligned with the reality you wish to manifest. But there's a crucial detail. Your intention makes all the difference. Simply following a routine mechanically isn't enough. Every habit you adopt should be seen as a real step toward your best version, a bridge between your present self and your highest potential. Meditation, the key to breaking barriers between realities. Meditation is a powerful tool because it allows you to enter expanded states of consciousness where the barriers between different realities become more subtle. If you want to manifest more peace and harmony, try visualizing yourself in a serene environment while meditating. Feel that peace. Absorb it as if you were already living in that reality. Let that energy take over your being. With time, this practice will align your vibration with that version of yourself, making this state more present in your daily life. However, none of these practices will be effective without a high level of perception and awareness. Observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to ensure they are in sync with the frequency of the reality you want to live. Negative patterns can keep you stuck in an undesired reality, and self-awareness is the first step to breaking free from them. How to identify and interpret signs. From your parallel versions, as your energy aligns with higher realities, signs and messages begin to appear. Some of these messages might seem subtle and subliminal. Others might manifest in intense and transformative ways. But to recognize these signs, you need a combination of self-awareness, intuition, and practice. Many people ignore these signs or dismiss them as coincidences. But once you start paying attention consciously, you'll notice patterns, a flow of information coming from a deep, familiar place, as if a part of you already knows the way. Here are some of the most common signs that your parallel version might be trying to communicate with you. Recurring dreams. If you repeatedly dream of a place, situation, or unknown person, it could be a reflection of a parallel reality trying to communicate. Déjà vu, that strong feeling of having lived a moment before, could be an overlap of realities where another version of you has already experienced something similar. Synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. Seeing repeated numbers, encountering specific symbols, or hearing messages that match your current life situation. Sudden behavior changes. You suddenly become interested in a new habit, activity, or path you had never considered before. This might be a reflection of the energy from another version of yourself, one that has already embraced these transformations and is now influencing your current consciousness. Perhaps that version has found a more aligned path, and now that energy is projecting into your present reality, subtly guiding your choices and decisions. How to explore and apply these signs in your life. Have you ever noticed signs from the universe but didn't know what to do with them? Once you start observing déjà vus, synchronicities, vivid dreams, or unexplainable intuitions, the next step is to interpret and integrate them into your life consciously. Here are 4 essential steps to turn these signs into real guidance for your journey. Keep a record of your experiences. Maintain a journal of signs, whether it's a recurring dream, an intense déjà vu, or a coincidence that feels meaningful. Writing down details can help identify patterns over time, making these messages clearer. Use meditation to gain deeper insight. If a sign captures your attention, enter a meditative state. Allow your intuition to reveal the hidden meaning behind the experience. Ask yourself, what is this sign trying to show me? How does this connect to my life right now? Trust your intuition. The answer won't always come logically or rationally. More often, it will be a deep feeling that something makes sense, even without a concrete explanation. Your intuition is your internal guide, connecting you to information that your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. Take action based on the knowledge you receive. Signs without action don't create transformation. If a strong intuition tells you to take a new path, take a small step in that direction. If a dream showed you a version of yourself who is more fulfilled, what can you do today to get closer to that reality? Every action you take in alignment with these signs strengthens your connection to the reality you want to live. How to bring these messages into your daily reality. Interpreting signs is just the beginning. Real transformation happens when you start applying this knowledge in your daily life. If a parallel version of yourself is trying to guide you toward a certain path, how can you integrate that wisdom into your present reality? Here are some examples of how this might manifest. A strong intuition to change careers. It could be a future version of you trying to guide you toward the right path. A sudden desire to learn something new. It might be a reflection of a version of yourself that has already mastered that skill and finds joy in it. A constant feeling that something needs to change. It could be an energetic push to realign your trajectory with your true purpose. Every small adjustment, every decision made based on these signs brings you closer to the highest version of yourself, one that already exists in another reality. The expansion of consciousness and the power of choice. Aligning with your parallel versions is not just a mystical process, it is a journey of growth and expansion. Each new perception expands your consciousness beyond the limits of what you once believed possible. You start realizing that your current reality is just one of many, and that you have the power to choose which one to live in. Based on the frequencies you emit and the decisions you make, new doors open, revealing deeper layers of your true essence. And as this alignment happens, something extraordinary occurs. You don't just transform your life. You deepen your connection with the universe, where all your versions coexist in harmony. What to do next? If this knowledge resonated with you, I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below if you've ever experienced any of these signs in your own life. Have you ever had an intense déjà vu? A recurring dream that felt real? An intuition so strong it was impossible to ignore? I love reading and learning about each of your experiences. And before you go, don't leave just yet. I've selected another video that will take this topic even deeper. What you'll discover next might completely change your perspective on reality. Watch now and continue this journey of awakening. Now, as we reach the end of this revealing expedition, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for staying with us until the end. Your dedication and curiosity are the fuel that drives us to explore, demystify, and share these intriguing stories. I want to share something special with you. As a fan of the Map of Higher Self channel, you are about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental formation. I present to you the Map of Higher Self, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and leader of the Map of Higher Self channel, I'm sharing my deepest experiences and valuable lessons with you. Each chapter of this ebook is a reflection of my journey, filled with practical lessons I've lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-knowledge and positivity today. Imagine yourself for a moment as one of the ancient explorers who ventured into unknown territories, guided only by the flame of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. Every piece of information, every symbol deciphered, is like a map leading us deeper into the labyrinth of the unknown. And just like those explorers, you too are now a little closer to the truth, carrying with you a new understanding of the forces that shape our world. Your presence here is not just a personal achievement, but a valuable contribution to a vibrant community of curious and knowledge-seeking individuals. Every view, every comment, every like is a step we take together toward a deeper and collective understanding. You are not just a spectator, you are a partner in this journey of discovery. So, as we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on today's revelations and prepare for the next steps. We will continue unraveling secrets, questioning established truths, and exploring the mysteries around us. Your participation is essential, not just for the growth of this channel, but for the expansion of our horizon of knowledge. Until the next discovery. And remember, the real power lies in questioning and understanding what is beyond the visible. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've selected especially for you. They're packed with deep knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you'll love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of wisdom with the amazing content our channel has to offer.